Moonlit night. Every year, the relatives who visit Rokkenjima let out a sigh of admiration at the rose garden which first greets them. They stood there, talking with each other about the rose's beauty and the state of their blooming this year. There was a single unhealthy rose among them, and Maria became overwhelmed with dejection at his state. But George used his quick wits, and saying she should look after it if she felt that sorry for it, he marked it with a candy wrapper, and immediately restored Maria's good mood. And once Battler, with whom she had been getting along well all morning, raised the subject of Halloween that Maria loved so much, she began playing around energetically again. To Maria, those marshmallow jack-o'-lantern candies that her mother had bought for her were probably a treasure greater than any other. It seemed that several of them had been bought for her, and she demanded trick-or-treat from every person she met, giving them candy instead of the other way around.
マリアはどうしてこんなにハロウィンが好きなんだろうな。日本人には一つ馴染みにくいイベントだと思ってたんだが。
仮装行列で練り歩く子供のお祭りだからじゃねえのか。普段と違う格好をしてはしゃぎ合うってのは楽しいぜ。
多分僕はもう少しディープな理由によるものだと思うな。何しろ魔女のマリアちゃんだからね。
そういや、飛行場でもマリアは仮装するなら魔女になりたいって言っていたっけ。マリアって魔女が好きなんだ。
ええ、大好きよ。困ったくらいに。
まあまあ、あのくらいの年頃はファンタジックな存在に憧れるもんですから。
せめてテレビアニメのヒロインに憧れるくらいなら可愛いんだけど。
Judging by Rosa's reactions, it seemed that, as a mother, she did not find her daughter's love for witches pleasant. Seemingly all the cousins, other than Battler, were able to understand this, and they shrugged their shoulders, smiling awkwardly. Battler!
魔女好きだとハロウィンも好きになるって論法なのか。わかんなきゃ本人に聞けばいいか。おい、マリア！ハロウィンと魔女って何か関係あるのか？
After battle... Okay, that is good timing for the music. That is good timing. As Battler asked that, George and Jessica let out a small noise. I'm laughing about the timing because that was like the perfect timing of, oh no, Battler, did you just, oh no, you're causing something, aren't you? Like, that's the perfect sound effect for like what's going on in my head right now, because Battler is releasing the floodgates right now. He's releasing the floodgates because he's gonna get Maria on witches in front of Rosa. Yeah, you just opened the floodgates, dude, I think. As Battler asked that, George and Jessica let out a small noise. It seemed they were too late. It almost looked as though Maria had been waiting for that question. After looking happy for an instant, her expression turned a little mean, as if to say, "You don't know anything, do you?" It was the expression of an enthusiast who had been enraged by the ignorant statement of an outsider with a wrong impression. Melody, instrumental version.
ケルト神は1年間を通じてその勢いを変える太陽は1年を通して 生まれ、育ち、老いて死んで、そして再び蘇ると考えていたの。
納得だな。春のか弱いポカポカした太陽がどんどん成長して暑いくらいになり、次第に痩せ衰えていく様をなるほど太陽の一生と考えるのもうなずけるぜ。
だから彼らは10月の最後に太陽は死に、死の国で体を休めて冬至の日に再び蘇ると考えたの。それで太陽が1年の生涯を終えて死ぬその日を大晦日サビンと呼んでお祝いしたの。
I have a big question. I just have to wonder. How smart are 9-year-olds? I'm serious. Okay, I'm serious. How smart are 9-year-olds? Because when I was 9, I wrote this masterpiece. Yes. This right here. This was 9-year-old me. You can see the video of me reading it, like, around here, I think? Yeah, I think that's where the card of the video will go. You can see, my 9-year-old mind when you click that video. So I have to wonder, how smart can 9-year-olds be? I know this is a video game, but this does bring up a big question. Can 9-year-olds be as smart as Maria? If they can, holy shit, I think some 9-year-olds are smarter than me right now.
再び日照時間が長くなりだす冬至の日を太陽の復活の日とする考え方はとても面白いよね。古代の人々がいかに太陽を神聖視していたかがわかるエピソードだよ。
なるほどな。で、それが魔女とどう関係があるんだ？
It seemed that my casual urging had slightly infuriated Maria. She glared at me with eyes that told me to let her explain without interrupting. Maria looked like she was having fun telling me, so I decided not to interrupt.
10月と11月の狭間は生と死が最も近くなる。ケルト人たちはこの時期に生者の世界と死者やこの世ならざる者の世界が最も近づき、異界の住人たちがたくさん訪れると信じてたの。日本でいうお盆みたいなものだよ。
At the time, the people believed that the souls returning to the physical world would go into people's houses or possess people to do bad things. So, in order to avoid harm from them, the people invented protective rituals. One of those was to imitate creepy monsters and scare the souls instead, which was apparently a way to avoid getting possessed.
その部分がお祭りになっていって仮装行列になってったんだな。マリアは本当に物知りだぜ。
ほんまやな。わしもハロウィンに備えな言われがあるなんて知らんかったわ。
I mean, I knew a little bit about the Celtic traditions, but I didn't go too deep into it, so I might want to, do some extensive research because, yeah, this does add up. But at the same time, I'm like, maybe I should do extensive research before, saying that Umineko is a good source of information about the history of Halloween. That did not make sense. I'm sorry. What I just said did not make sense. Basically, I'm just stating I know a little bit about the Celtic traditions, but I'm not 100% sure if this game is actually, saying them, 100% correctly. I'm not 100% on this, so yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the interruption.
しかし、それのどこにお菓子をくれなきゃいたずらしちゃうぞってのが出てくるんだ
？Her knowledge was so extensive that the adults had started listening in too at some point. Maria, who was normally always treated like the youngest, puffed out her chest in pride. Rosa tried to say this was just a kid's story, and that she wanted to quickly break up the circle and set the luggage down in the guest house. But nobody else agreed, and she let out a heavy sigh. This is interesting, actually. The other adults are, with the kids as Maria's going to witch mode. This is very cool. And interesting.
トリックオアトリートは単なるお遊び。本来のケルト人たちの儀式とは何の関係もない。
Okay, actually, my statement earlier about the history of Halloween and the Celts and how I don't think this game is a good source of information? That's actually a true fact. That's kind of a true fact. yeah, that is true fact. So there is truth in these statements, but I'm just gonna say this now for myself and for everyone. Don't rely solely on this game about the history of Halloween, but I think what they're saying right here, from what I know of, I think they're actually saying the actual history of Halloween in the game, which is actually really interesting.
それは後にキリスト教の習慣が混合してできたものなの。でもマリアは本来のハロウィンの姿とはそうあるべきだと思うの。
According to Maria, the souls of the dead were only the ones who visited from the world of the non-human. There were also spirits that had an intimate connection to how people lived. It was because humans received the favors of those spirits that they were able to earn a wonderful blessing. And a year's worth of good crops.
つまりハロウィンってのは収穫祭の意味も少しはあったわけか。
なるほどな。言われてみりゃ10月ってのは季節的にもいろいろ節目って気がするぜ。日本の4月のちょうど反対側だもんな。なるほど。キリはいいかもしれねえな。
そしてね、魔女たちはね、その時期に魔女集会サバトを開いたの。魔女たちは豊かな恵みをもたらしてくれた精霊たちに感謝し、ねぎらったの。
Now this is where I have no clue whether or not they're, actually using real, facts from history, or if they're adding in their own flair to things about Halloween. This is right here when I'm not for sure, whether or not they're saying the exactly truthful things or not. I'm gonna keep on playing the game, but I want to point out now that this is where I am not 100% sure if they're saying, facts about the Celtic traditions and also the history of Halloween.
ハロウィンの仮装は向こうから来る客人たちの模倣。つまり彼らにお菓子を施すのは一年の収穫への感謝の気持ちがあってもいいわけだね。
ジョージお兄ちゃんの言う通り。
つまりハロウィンはこの世とあの世の交流のある時期ってわけなんだな。それでつまり魔女たちにとってはそういう世界の客人たちと交流できる大切な機会だったと、そう言いたいわけか。
バトラの言う通り。だからね、魔女たちや悪魔たちの力が最も活発で盛んになるのが10月なの。
Why is the wind picking up? This is... Oh no, here we go. The wind's picking up. This is not leading to something good.
きっとベアトリーチェも来てくれる。そしてね、一緒にマシュマロお菓子食べてマリアも黄金鏡に連れてってもらうの。一緒に魔法のお歌を歌って魔法の呪文を習って魔法陣の書き方を習うの。そしてね、ルーンの秘密を習って早くマリアを立派な魔女にしてもらうの。
あらあら、それは素敵ね。子供は夢があるのが一番よ。ところでローザ、
Yep, you're feeling the fire, Ava. I knew you were gonna fucking feel some fire.
マリアちゃんは今年でいくつになったんだったかしら？
マリア、もうそのお話は終わりにしなさい。気にしないで、ローザさん。女の子なら誰だって一度は思い描く夢じゃない。ありがとうございます。でももうマリアはそういう年を卒業していますので。こら、やめなさいと言ってるでしょ。
Rosa scolded Maria, trying to shut her up before her cheery discussion about black magic earned her the snickers of the relatives.
へえ。そいつはなんだかスケールのでかい話だな。ところで、ベアトリーチェって何だっけ
I know that Balor, does not know anything what's going on, so he's just like the clueless person at the moment. But at the same time, I'm getting in the back of my head, I'm getting into the feeling of, no, Balor, you're gonna cause a lot of trouble by accident. Even though there should be no trouble caused at all. No trouble should be caused at all from this sort of thing, but since Rosa is...
なんだっけ聞いた名前だな。
Or maybe I might be absolutely wrong. And right here is when Beatrice comes. But, no, Rosa's gonna do something shitty. Balor had been gone for 6 years, and had completely forgotten about the legend of the Rokenjima Rich. However, when he said that he didn't know Beatrice's name, Maria's mood, which had been so bright until just now, became sour in an instant. When he saw that, Balor immediately remembered that it was the name of the witch of the island, but the damage had been done. Until Maria's mood improved, many mysterious and fabulous episodes regarding the Golden Witch were drilled into his brain. Thunberg
もうよ
Lily.
しなさい、マリア。ありがとうね、バトラ君。お話に付き合ってくれて。
Yeah. Rosa's getting her last. Oh no, Rosa's on the very end of the string. Oh no.
カノン君、お仕事があるんでしょ？もう行ってちょうだい。ゴーダさん、みんなとりあえず荷物を置きたがってると思うの。悪いんだけど、みんなをゲストハウスへ案内してくれるかしら。
かしこまりました。それでは皆様、ゲストハウスへご案内いたします。
それでは失礼いたします。
Led by Goda, the relatives headed off in the direction of the guest house. Their minds on setting down their luggage and taking a quick rest, they didn't notice that Rosa and Maria had stayed in the same spot. This is just an honest question. Is there going to be one episode of Umineko where Rosa doesn't hit her child? I really do not want to press the enter key, but here we go. After watching them leave towards the guest house, Rosa's features changed suddenly. She let go with the hand that had been gripping on Maria's arm the whole time. There was a bright red mark there, making it clear how much excessive force she had been gripping Maria's slender arm with. That hand then smacked Maria over the head, pulled her left ear up into the air, pitching it sharply.
魔女の話はするなといつも言ってるでしょうが。それはママとの約束だといつも言っているでしょ。
Can you just appreciate that your child likes something? Can you appreciate that your child likes something? I'm sorry, can you appreciate that your child likes something?
ハロウィンうるさいのよあんたは。
Fortitude.
魔女のお祭り？ケルト人が何よ、黒魔術が何よ、バカじゃないの？あんた9歳よ、9歳。電車であんなに騒ぐからわざわざ電車降りてまでその蛍光塗料みたいな気持ち悪いお化けマシュマロを買ってやったのよ。遅刻してまであんたに買ってやったのよ。あんたどこまで私の顔を潰せば気が済むのよ。
As Rosa cursed, she twisted Maria's ear up, making it seem like it was going to snap off. An expression of anguish spread across Maria's face, and she stood on her tiptoes as though her life depended on it, trying to soften the pain on the ear that was being pulled. Rosa suddenly stole the candy that Maria had been holding in her hand. You know those things, you know when you're yelling at Maria saying that you are 9 years old, you're 9 years old? You know when you're yelling at her like that? You're acting more like the 9-year-old than your actual 9-year-old, Rosa. And you know what? I'm gonna say this now. 9-year-olds usually don't hit each other when they're angry. Then she threw it on the ground and stepped on it over and over. To Maria, it was supposed to be proof of her memory of that span of time, however brief, when she had enjoyed going shopping with her mother. But it was being trampled by that very same mother. It was as though a brand was being pushed against Maria's eyes, leaving a mark that couldn't be erased.
こんな気持ち悪いお菓子が何よ。気持ち悪い、気持ち悪い。あんたがそんなんだから、あんたがそうなんだから。気持ち悪い、気持ち悪い、気持ち悪い。
She struck Maria's head over and over again with her palm as she spoke. She didn't hit Maria's face, because the red swelling would stand out. Maria closed her eyes tightly, patiently bearing her mother's violence. No, that wasn't quite it.
帰ってきてママ、帰ってきてママ。助けてママ、助けてママ。
Alright, I'm going into a little bit of the question I had in the previous episode. Is Rosa bipolar? I actually do want to, ask about that again. Though I don't know if the game will confirm it or not. I do have some, thoughts that she might be bipolar due to her, or maybe, have mood swings, like huge mood swings from when she's, the nice and caring mother that Maria looks up to what Maria would call the evil witch, aka how Rosa is acting right now while she hits Maria. Even if she actually is confirmed in the game to be bipolar, it's not gonna fucking excuse her hitting her own fucking child. It's not an excuse.
悪い魔女に打ち勝って。
She kept bearing it, muttering that over and over.
だからその魔女ってのをやめろっつってんのよ。この
Rosa's shoulders shook as she breathed, tired from hitting. Maria grasped her hands together, withstanding it, hoping her mother would come back quickly.
早く帰ってきて。マリアを助けてよ、ママ。悪い魔女をやっつけてよ。
つまでもそこでそうしていなさい。そしてそこで魔女でもハロウィンでもいつまでもブツブツ一人で言ってればいいのよ。
After throwing those words at Maria, Rosa went off towards the guest house, leaving Maria behind. Maria, unable even to remember that it was alright to cry, kept staring down at the trampled, unrecognizable jack-o'-lantern candy.
Ara, Rosa. どこ行ってたの？
ごめんなさい。バラが素敵だったもので、ついつい。
ローザ、早く荷物を置いてこいよ。兄貴んとこへ挨拶に行こうぜ。
ん？マリアちゃんはどうしたんや？まだ花壇におるんかいな。
ええ。気に入ったバラがあるみたいで、世話をするって言って聞かなくて。しばらくは好きにさせることにしました。
女の子には女の子の世界があったことを、私たちはたまに忘れるわ。時には尊重してあげないとね。
そうね。お気遣いをありがとう、キリエ姉さん。ゴーダさん。
Why did the wind pick up when she said Goda? Why did the wind pick up when as soon as Goda's name was said?
私たちの部屋はどこ？
ご案内いたします。こちらでございます。
The wind should not have picked up when Goda was mentioned, but it did. Well, no, maybe that was on purpose. Maybe that's on purpose. Maybe. Wait, is this some sort of weird foreshadowing? Oh no, is my Goda culprit theory correct? Is him and Klaus behind what's going to happen? I'm joking. Okay, I'm just sticking around now. I'm just sticking around.
お荷物をお持ちいたしましょう。
結構よ。自分で持てます。ありがとう。
Oh man. Rosa went into the room that Goda had guided her to. Closing the door somewhat violently, she threw her luggage on top of the bed. Rose. She got down on her knees in front of the bed and buried her face in it. For a while, Rosa made as if to shred the sheets with her fingernails, sobbing continually.
Maria 様、大丈夫ですか?
Cannon, who had been hiding behind a thicket, appeared after watching Rosa leave. Um...
平気だよ。
Maria laughed unpleasantly, but to Cannon, who had seen the whole thing, it looked like she was endearing as best as she could.
最低のやつだ。あれで母親なんて。
Cannon! Oh my god! You jumped up my favorite character list! Oh my god, you really jumped up with that quote.
仕方ないよ。その程度の器にはその程度のが入り込む。マリアは全然平気だよ。
Cannon got down on his knees and picked up the trampled candy. It was tragic just looking at it. He thought about dusting it off and returning it to her, but really couldn't do so with it in that condition. As he was at a loss at what to do, his eyes met with Maria. No, they didn't meet. Maria was looking at the candy that Cannon had picked up. Right now, Maria's heart was surely the same as that trampled candy which had been crushed into a pulp. Cannon realized this, but he didn't know what he should do.
そうだ。さっき僕がもらったのと交換してあげるよ。
Cannon remembered that an identical candy which he had received from Maria was in his pocket. Maria stuck out her hand. Cannon thought she was trying to accept it, so he held out the candy, but Maria didn't try to grasp it. Then Cannon realized she was asking him to give it back. No matter how tragic it was, the trampled candy was Maria's. Her mother had bought it for her. No matter how tragic, it had to be this candy. If only it could be made pretty again by dusting it off. Cannon hung his head.
僕には誇りを払う程度しかできない。ごめん。
Cannon held out the miserable candy she wanted. Maria took it and spoke.
ありがとう。人間には誇りしか払えないけど、魔女には元通りに直すことができるよ。
But Cannon isn't a human. He's furniture.
ベアトリーチェなら簡単にね。
マリア様、ベアトリーチェ様のことをご存知なのですか?
There couldn't be anyone related to the Ushiyamiya family who didn't know Beatrice's name, with Battler as an exception. But just now, Maria had told Battler about her proudly. She had spoken almost as though she had been meeting with Beatrice regularly. The inside of the fist Cannon made with his left hand hurt sharply. In the past, a witch called Beatrice had appeared, and had tempted him and Shannon. He had always tried to make himself think it had been a bad dream. However, Shannon insisted that it had definitely been a real witch. And then, this summer, the shrine to the The shrine to the local Shinto god had been hit by lightning and had disappeared without a trace in the span of a single night. He had known that Shannon had broken the mirror, and he remembered, too, that upon the witch's departure, she had left him with the words that she would eventually be revived. And now, this girl who had no end of faith in Beatrice spoke as though she had met her. Cannon couldn't suppress a sense of something ominous welling up in his heart. For a while. Okay. For a while, Maria remained silent, as though she could see into Cannon's heart. As though she was waiting for his memory of Beatrice to come back to him. Then, she spoke matter-of-factly.
マリアはね、ベアトリーチェとお友達なの。今日だって会って一緒に遊ぶよ。
遊びますか？
うん。遊ぶよ。一緒にね、魔法のお勉強をするの。
The face of the witch, who Cannon had tried to pretend was a bad dream, began to slowly creep into the back of his mind. Interesting.
お父様は研究で大変ご多忙と仰せです。
Moonlit night. Hi, Nasui.
残念ながら、こちらへはおいでになれないとのことです。
やれやれ。こちとら秋の大忙しの中、日程をつけて、はるばる六軒島まで来てるんだぜ。親父も少しは愛想を良くしてもらいたいもんだぜ。
ほんとよね。南條先生、本当に研究や機嫌の問題なの？ベッドから起き上がれないくらいに容体が悪いって言うんじゃないの？
さて、どうでしょうかな。私の口からは何とも。
Nanjo glanced at Natsumi, as though he wasn't qualified to disregard Natsumi when he spoke on this topic. Interesting. Interesting.
お父様はますますにご健康でいらっしゃいます。寝たきりなどと失礼極まりない。でも余命3ヶ月なんでしょ？普通に考えれば痩せ衰えてベッドからも起きられないはずよ。でし、
波の感じならそうでしょうがな。
I'm sorry. That deserves a slap. I'm sorry, I was in deep thinking mode. Nope. There we go. That was a smack. But anyways, I'm sorry that I'm interrupting. I'm gonna reread Ava's line, and then I'm gonna have to see a previous line because something did catch my eye. But he only has 3 months left to live, right? Normally, wouldn't that mean that he'd be wasting away? Unable to get out of his bed? Right, Dr. Nanjo? Okay. After rereading Ava's line, I'm gonna go back to a previous line. Where was it? Okay. Nanjo glanced at Natsui, as though he wasn't qualified to disregard Natsui when he spoke on this topic. You know, I'm noticing how weird this whole thing is right now. Okay. Is there really a problem with his research and his mood? He isn't already bedridden, unable to get up, right? Well, I wonder. There is not much I can say. Why is there not much he can say? He is the doctor. Why is he not allowed to say too much more when he is his doctor? Now, I really like Natsui, so, I don't wanna think she's hiding something, but there's something weird stirring. There is something weird stirring. I'm now catching on. There's something weird stirring. Okay. Okay. Something weird is stirring. Alright, I'm getting back on the scene because I want to see this full scene before I go into any theory modes. But this is kind of weird.
Kinzo さんは並外れた気力をお持ちです。あの気迫にお迎えも恐れて近寄れないのかもしれませんが。
それほどまでにお元気なら少なくとも安心ね。
そこまで元気ならせめて挨拶くらいはさせてほしいもんなんだがな。親族会議ってのは親父の顔を見に来たって意味なんだぜ。これじゃ何のために来たのかわからねえぜ。
そう言うな。いればいたで心が休まらないといつもぼやくのだろうが。兄弟一同水入らずで今年も全員欠けることなく集まれたことを喜ぼうじゃないかね。
昨年の親族会議でも会えなかったのよ。血を分けた子供たちが2年ぶりに挨拶したいというのがどうして理解してもらえないのかしら。
挨拶の言葉があるのでしたら私どもがお伝えします。それともエヴァさん、何かお父様にお会いして挨拶以上のお話でもあられるのですか？
Wow! Wow! Okay, that's good. I like that line, Natsu.
いやね、何の話よ、もう。
Maybe that was not intended to be a jab at Ava, but that would be a very good one, in my opinion. Or have a bad taste at in jabs.
予算か、エヴァ。夏井さん、堪忍な。エヴァも娘としてお父さんの病状が不安なだけなんや。ちょいと気持ちを汲み取ってな。
その通りだな。エヴァは親父殿が嫁を宣告されてから急に親孝行をするようになったじゃないか。なるほど。その姿をぜひ見てもらいたいという気持ちもわからなくない。
何が言いたいのよ。
よせよ姉貴。晩飯までには機嫌を直してくれるよう祈ろうじゃねえか。それに俺たちは到着したばかり。まずは軽く挨拶に訪れただけだぜ。親族会議は親父抜きだってできる。いや、兄弟で意見を統一してからじゃなきゃ話せねえことだっていろいろあるはずだぜ。な、秀吉兄さん。
そうや。ルドルフ君の言う通りや。
Wait, Hideyoshi uses kun for Rudolph? He uses kun? Interesting. That is very interesting. Hold up, let me... Is honorific still in the Grimoire, or am I gonna have to look this up on my own? Hold up. No, okay, hold up. Alright. I'm gonna have to put this up on my phone real quick so that I can get the, what the honorific kun means, better, because I need to pull up the honorific real quick. But kun, means, hold up. Kun is generally used by people of senior status, addressing or referring to those of junior status. By anyone addressing, or it can be used when referring to men in general, male children or male teenagers, or among male friends. Ah, okay. I thought kun was only a friendly thing to say to male friends, but it could also be referring to those of a junior status, because Hideyoshi is older than Rudolph, so it would make sense that he would use the Kun honorific to Rudolph because, well, he is Rudolph Sr.
わしらが全員顔を揃えるのは年に一度しかない。貴重な時間を大事にし、忌憚ない話し合いをせんといかん。
Even though he hadn't even come yet, they were very strong-minded.
でも、その前に本家の素晴らしい調度品に囲まれた客間で、のんびりと紅茶を楽しむゆとりがあってもいいんじゃないかしら。
Kyrie's words seemed to hold some slight admonishment towards all the people gathered in that place. They all understood, and as they cleared their throats and straightened their neckties, the atmosphere in the room returned to normal for a moment. But then all hell broke loose.
失礼します。
Novelette. Oh, there we go. Here's the tea. Now we can be in high tensions.
お茶をお持ちいたしました。
よー、シャノンちゃん。ますますべっぴんさんになったな。
Shannon entered the parlor, pushing the serving cart. Everyone decided to slowly enjoy some black tea for the time being. A wonderful aroma began to spread throughout the parlor. Looking at that scene, it would have been impossible to guess the strained atmosphere which had been there until right before Shannon had entered. Of course, Shannon, who was sending out the tea, probably didn't even notice. Kyrie made a gesture that seemed to laugh at everyone's adult appearance. Rudolph didn't like it when Kyrie took the initiative and spoke at the family conference. It was his worthless male pride. He probably didn't want to look like a weak man taking his wife's advice. She understood that, and was doing her best to refrain from saying anything unnecessary. So she separated herself from the circle of siblings, which was good-natured only in appearance, and slowly enjoyed her tea near the window.
あら、ローザさん。兄弟で水入らずなのでは？
ご冗談を。
ごめんなさい。気を悪くしないで。うちの夫に呆れてるだけだから。
It seemed that Rosa hadn't been able to keep up with the charade of Ami-capability. They had come here to fight bloodily and dirtily, each trying to steal the inheritance from the others. She probably didn't want to pretend to be fellow conspirators at this stage. Or maybe she was still much too inexperienced for that.
だいぶ風が出てきているようですね。枝葉があんなに揺れて。
もう台風が近くまで来ているのでしょうね。今夜あたりからはだいぶ降るのかしら。
マリアちゃん、この1年でずいぶん立派になりましたね。
そう見えます？未だに自分のお洋服を畳むことすらできないんですよ。
ええ。こんなにも愛情たっぷりなお母さんと一緒なんですもの。心の豊かな子に成長しますよ。
Rosa was silent. Maybe she was unsure as to how Kyrie meant that.
私なんて母親失格ですよ。子に生まれる親は選べない。あの子がかわいそうで。
お互い様じゃないですか。 親だって生まれる子は選べない。
Rosa bit her lower lip. I'm not counting that one. I'm not counting that one. She took too long to, you know, make a sudden ... noise. Whatever that noise is called. She took too long. I'm not counting that. I'm only doing this because this is Rosa. I'm sorry. Okay, that's inappropriate. I'm gonna let her play. I'm not gonna slap myself, but I'll at least play the audio file of her saying ... Seriously, why do you need that big of a pause? Rosa bit her lower lip.
どちらが悪いとかじゃなくて、一緒に生きていくんだという気持ちで、ゆっくり成長を見守ってあげればいいじゃないですか。ローザさんは毎日をマリアちゃんと過ごしてるから、小さな変化に気づかないかもしれないけれど、1年ぶりに再会した私たちには、その大きな成長ぶりがよくわかりますよ。
もし本気で言ってくれてるならありがとうございます。
それでは失礼いたします。ご用がありましたらいつでもお呼びつけください。
Shannon bowed politely and left the room. After Hideyoshi and Rudolph watched her go with turned heads. What are you looking at? After Hideyoshi and Rudolph watched her go with turned heads, the atmosphere in the room began to revert back to what it had been before Shannon had visited.
お父様がいらっしゃられないなら、それはそれでできる話もあるというものよ。ねえ、ルドルフ？
ああ、そうだな。俺たちははるばるここまで埃の匂いがする紅茶を飲みに来たわけじゃねえぜ。
よかろう。一秒を争ってお前たちがしたいという話を聞こうじゃないか。
やれやれ。たくましい人たちね。早速始めたわ。
私も加わらないといけないわ。あの人たち、私が主張しないと4人兄弟であることをすぐ忘れるから。
あなたも大変ね。ちょっと言葉を選ばなかったかしら。ごめんなさい。
気にしてません。こちらこそごめんなさい。私たち互いに娘を持つ母親同士なんだから、もっと交流しなきゃいけないのに。
Yeah, you should really get some parenting advice, Rosa. Hey, it seems like Kyrie is doing it correctly. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
いつも会えば変な話ばかりで。
この屋敷の空気のせいよ。
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this now. Of all the motherly characters in this game, I think Kyrie is the best one. Like, she's the only one who doesn't have, you know, questionable, you know, who's not doing anything questionable with their children. No, oh, no, wait, no, that is not something wait, that is something that is really worded. Like, okay, I think you all understand what I meant. I'm not gonna go through every single mama of Umineko right now. I could, but I've gone on way too many tangents this video, so I'll save it for another video. But at the same time, I'm just gonna say this now. Kyrie seems to be, you know, the better of all the moms of Umineko, with Natsui being right behind her.
ここの空気を嗅ぐと、いつも私たちはギスギスし合ってるもの。ローザさんとは親族会議じゃない席で、一度ゆっくりお茶でも飲みたいわ。銀座に行きつけの素敵な喫茶店があるの。ぜひ今度招待させて。
ありがとう、キリエさん。その時はぜひ。
いやね。 急に空が暗くなってきたわ。まるでこの部屋の人たちが天気を悪くしてるみたい。もうゴロゴロ鳴ってるわ。あら、ぽつりと来たかしら。
There really were small splashes of rain on the glass of the parlor window. It seemed that the weather had gotten worse faster than they had expected. Just then, a silent thunderbolt struck inside Rosa's head, and she remembered that her beloved child was in the rose garden. A normal girl would think about going into the house if the weather got bad. But Maria was different. She would sometimes become stubborn and wouldn't move no matter whether rain or even spears fell from the sky. That's right. I told that kid just stay there doing that forever, didn't I? At the small exclamation, everyone turned to look at Rosa.
なんだ、どうしたんだね。
ごめんなさい。ちょっと表に行ってきます。すぐ戻ります。
なんだなんだ、どうしたってんだあいつ。
I like that little movement Rudolph did. For some reason I thought it was really funny that he's like this, but I don't know, I just found that funny.
いいじゃない。すぐ戻るわよ。それより始めたら？私たちの本題。そうね。ローザ抜きでも進められる話よ。話を戻しましょう。
Rosa dashed from the entrance hall into the rose garden. When she opened the door, the wind that hit her was too strong to be called a breeze, and told her that the typhoon was approaching faster than she had thought. Just as Kyrie had said, small droplets of rain were mixed in with the wind. There was also the low rumble of thunder. It could start raining at any time. Rosa headed for the rose garden. She headed for the place where she had scolded Maria a short while ago. Yeah, the events in this game are definitely a lot more different than the events of the first game. That's one thing I do want to point out. Like, the events of this game is a lot different than the previous one. Well, if the same thing happened each time, that would be a little bit boring, though also kind of, interesting. Like, even though there's only been one occurrence where that actually worked, which would have to be Haruhi Suzumiya, that's the only time this, for a span of 8 episodes, the same thing happening at the same time, the same thing happening in each episode. That was the only time it could have worked, so definitely there could have been a whole game series about that sort of thing. But I kind of am curious to see if that could happen again, but I don't think there could be another thing of 8 episodes of a single thing being the same thing over and over again. I just had to mention the fucking Crazy 8. I'm sorry. It was almost lunchtime. Yeah, the rain is definitely starting a lot earlier than it was supposed to. Like, this is a lot different events than the first game. The children had been told that they could just come to the mansion at lunchtime. So they were probably in the guest house, waiting to be called. Even if Maria didn't come, they would surely think that I had taken her to the mansion with me, and wouldn't worry much. After all, she was with her mother, so there shouldn't have been anything to worry about. Except I was here, and had thrown my daughter into the worsening weather outside, all alone. It really was as I thought. she was standing stock still, exactly the same way she had been, in the place where I scolded her. Held in her hand was the candy that I had given her, and even stepped on and crushed. With that gripped in her hand, she had been standing there, as the strong wind whipped her hair about, tormenting her. Like, it's stuff like this that makes me ponder whether or not Rosa has bipolar syndrome. Like, it's these sort of scenes that make me kind of ponder that.
Mama, おかえり。マリア、ママが帰ってくるのずっと待ってた。怖い魔女につねられたけど、我慢してママが帰ってくるの泣かずに待ってた。マリア、ママを許して。ママを許して。ママは悪くないの。また悪い魔女に取りつかれただけなの。だから平気。ママ大好き。愛してる。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。悪い魔女に負けた。ママを許して。
Rosa buried her face in Maria's small chest, crying and begging forgiveness. And those tears dripped down again, as they had countless times before. If only the brilliant sun had been shining on the two of them, all of their cares would have been evaporated, and they would have felt like they could begin anew. However, what surrounded the two of them was the worsening weather. The strong winds mixed in with the sound of thunder were saddening. Rosa noticed the sound of Maria sniffling. If she stood exposed to that wind for long, she would probably catch a cold.
さあ、マリア。もうすぐお昼よ。ママと一緒にお屋敷に行きましょう。おう。行かない。
あ？
どうして？
Rosa thought that Maria had already forgiven her, so she never imagined she would refuse. But that expression on Maria's face didn't look like that of a child resisting her mother. So Rosa wasn't able to understand why Maria wanted to stand still in the rose garden, pointlessly, as the weather grew even worse. Maria answered that question. Maria, you're gonna mention Beatrice. You're gonna mention something about Beatrice, aren't you? I didn't even have to open my eyes and read the subtitle to understand what she just said. Rosa started to say something, faltered, and then fell silent. They had just gone to great lengths to make up with each other. She chose her words carefully, trying to get Maria to come with her to the mansion without denying the witch outright.
ベアトリーチェが来るの？そう。なら、ここじゃなくて、お屋敷の中で待ちましょう。いつまでもこんな風の中にいたら、風邪をひいてしまうわ。来る！ベア
そしたらね、ベアトリーチェにね、お菓子あげるの。トリックオアトリートするの。ジャック・オ・ランタンのマシュマロお菓子あげて、ハッピーハロウィーンって言うの。
Maria pulled yet another sweet out of her handbag, moaning, ooh ooh. Rosa was bewildered, not knowing what to do as Maria started being difficult again. Just then, there was a sudden and massive roar of thunder. It was probably a sign. A sign that indicated this island had become closed off by the storm, and detached from common sense and reality. Why does this feel... Why do I feel like I'm in a Twilight Zone episode? Therefore, as of this moment, all common sense would no doubt be useless. The wind blew even stronger, and in the middle of a blizzard of scattered rose petals, a figure appeared, leaving Rosa momentarily unable to imagine that this was a scene from reality. No, probably it had to be Fantastical. Because that figure was shaped like... Golden Sneer, what the fuck? Okay, hold the fuck. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. That's almost exactly what Jessica's wearing. What? Wait. What? 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 This looks like an adult Jessica. Well, my theory about, Beatrice being the amalgamation of all of them trying to run away from their, problems. This helps the theory because this looks exactly like Jessica, but older. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe I'm so fucking wrong, but... Okay. Okay, whatever Beatrice's doing... Wait, no fucking... No, wait! I said a joke, didn't I? What was the joke I said? Is Beatrice gonna come in like a really old lady this chapter like, hey, can I have my money now? I gave my gold to Grandpa and I kinda want it back. As like an old lady, send in like a homunculus, like an old lady homunculus to take it instead. Oh my god, that would be kind of funny. That would be funny. Oh my god, I think I joked about this. Didn't I joke about this? Or maybe I didn't. I thought I said some sort of a joke in a previous episode that she's gonna bring, like, maybe a homunculus to come in as her to the mansion this time? No! What? No! No! Maria dashed over to the figure. Normally, Rosa would scold her daughter if she dashed over to a complete stranger. But Rosa forgot about that, unable to do anything but stand there, shocked.
久しぶりよ。元気であったか？
マリアは元気。魔女は風邪をひかない。
魔女は呪いにて風邪をひかせはするが、自らがひいてはなんとも間抜けな話よ。せいぜい自らが風邪をひくことなどないよ。これからも精進するがいい。
She patted Maria's head as she said this, smiling roguishly. Rosa could have known the name of the woman who was happily spoiling Maria. However, Maria had called to her in the beginning when she had appeared. Therefore, even though Rosa had never met her, and even though she hadn't named herself, Rosa was able to learn her name. However, that name held a special meaning on Rokenjima and in the Ushiyamiya family. There's no way something stupid could.
Happy Halloween!
ハッピーハロウィン。ほう、これをわらわにとな。天国にも地獄にも行けず、煉獄の闇にてさまよう男の唯一の明かりも、こうして歌手となれば実に可愛らしいことよ。人の世とも人ならざる者との世とも切り離された今のこの島で、これほどふさわしい歌詞はないかもしれぬな。ん？マリア、それはどうしたのか？
The witch noticed the sweet that Maria was grasping. It was Maria's candy, which had been stomped on by Rosa and had taken on a pitiful shape.
おお、踏んづけて潰れちゃった。ベアとは元に戻せる？
Maria deliberately didn't say that it was her mother who had stepped on it. However, when the witch saw the candy, for some reason, she looked at Rosa and grinned. A chill went down Rosa's spine, as though she felt that this gauge could see through every part of her.
たやすいことよ。貸すがよい。
Wait, did her character art change, or... I was looking through this earlier. Wait, did her character art change? No, it did not. Okay. It did not change, but holy fuck. Okay, this really took me for a loop. I'm sorry, everyone. Oh my god. This took me off guard. Like, I made a joke, and then it's actually fucking happening. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I think Beatrice's fucking with me. Oh man, am I a part of this game now? Am I part of this game? Maria held out the candy gleefully. Rosa could do nothing but watch this unfold, stunned. How could this person gloss over the fact that the candy was pitifully trampled in a way that could satisfy Maria? Maria looked as though she believed that it could be fixed as good as new. There was no way that could be done without real magic.
これは見事に潰れているな。さあさマリア、目を閉じて思い出してごらんなさい。本当はあんなにも素敵なお菓子だったから、思い出の中のお菓子はいつもふっくら。だからあなたも思い出してごらんなさい。本当はどんなお菓子だったのか。
Along with those strange words, spoken as though singing an improvised folk song, the witch threw the sweet into the air. Maria had her eyes closed, just as the witch had told her, and was focused on remembering the shape that the crushed candy had really been. Therefore, only Rosa saw that seed. The sweet, which had been thrown into the air, burst into a gold color. No, those were gold butterflies. It scattered into several golden butterflies, and they began to assemble in the witch's hand, held up to the sky. And when they had, unbelievably, the candy had returned to its beautiful original form, just like the time it had been bought. Only Rosa and the witch had watched that scene. Unable to understand the event that was occurring right in front of her eyes, Rosa stood with her mouth open, forgetting to shut it.
もう目を開けてよいぞ。
Don't get lockjaw, Rosa.
受け取るがよい。これでそなたの歌詞も元通りだ。
There was a very bold contrast between Rosa's shocked appearance and Maria's innocently joyful one. Was that what the witch was laughing at? A smile floated to Beatrice's face, different from the one that she had shown Maria.
わらわの顔が何かに似ているというのか？そうまじまじと見られては穴も開こうぞ。
ごめんなさい。
At those words, it hit Rosa strongly. Rosa knew her face. She knew it from the portrait of the witch. But no, wait, was this mysterious woman really?
マリア、この歌詞の代わりに、そなたにはこれを与えよう。
ほほほほほほ。
手紙？
The witch pulled a Western envelope from her pocket and gave it to Maria. However, when Maria made to open it, the witch stopped her.
ならぬ。それを開けるときはすぐに訪れるが、それまで決して開けてはならぬ。大事に持っているがよい。そなたを黄金鏡へいざなう招待状となろう。大事にしまっておくのだぞ。誰にも見せてはならぬ。
守る。魔女との約束は絶対に守る。
そしてこれ。
Oh. Okay, that deserves a slap. I'm sorry. Ooh, first time was that was bad. Ouch. Actually, no, I could click the line and they can say it again.
そしてこれはそなたへだ。
And this is for you. Huh? Me?
私。
She probably hadn't imagined that the witch would speak to her too. Rosa was bewildered by this second Western envelope that had been thrust before her. She remembered having seen that Western envelope before. There could be no mistake. It was Kinzo's special envelope, used when he wrote with his own hand, and bearing the Ushiyamiya crest. Moreover, it was sealed with a red sealing wax. And further still, it had an imprint which seemed to have been made by the head's ring. In other words, irrespective of what was written inside, this woman, who Maria called Beatrice, was trusted enough that she was in charge of a personal letter from the current Ushiyamiya head.
4兄弟の誰でもよかった。だが、ここでそなたと出会ったということは、金蔵のルーレットがそなたを選んだということなのだろう。ならば受け取るがよい。そしてその中身を全兄弟の揃う晩餐の席上で読み上げよ。
なんですって。
Rosa looked back and forth several times between the witch's face and the envelope she had been handed. Today was a family conference, and the biggest object discussion was an inheritance problem. So, she had joined together with Ava and Rudolph, and they had planned to force certain conditions upon Klaus to try to extort a prompt payment of several hundred million yen out of him. It was as if the witch could see through all of that. And when all of the siblings are gathered, what is she planning on announcing to us? With a personal envelope that no one but the Ushiyamiya head can use.
マリア、天気が崩れるぞ。ゲストハウスへ戻り、昼を待つがよい。 それではローザ、後ほど会おう。その席で改めて名乗らせてもらおうぞ。
The witch turned her back to her, laughing, and headed off towards the mansion with an air of composure. Maria saw her off with an energetic reply, and then dashed off towards the guest house, leaving Rosa where she was. As though she didn't want to waste a second in informing the other cousins of her good fortune at meeting the witch. Ultimately, Rosa was left alone in the rose garden as the winds grew stronger, unable to do anything except pray that what had happened was just a daydream. But she had the letter in her hand. Oh my god. That was an awesome scene. I like that. That was awesome. And Beatrice enters the mansion, or is it Rosa? Oh, Beatrice just entered the mansion. When the witch entered the entrance hall, Genji was there. With a respectful bow, Genji welcomed the guests who approached from the entrance hall.
お待ちいたしておりました。ベアトリーチェ様。
She just been added to the character sheet. Beatrice. Yeah, okay. She looks like an adult Jessica. She looks like an adult Jessica. And damn, she's big. Holy crap. Oh my god, she is huge. Damn. Oh no, maybe that's just how her character art was drawn in. Yeah, that's just because her character art was drawn like that. Maybe, or maybe she's that big. Wow, she's really huge. No, is this her character art being enlarged, or is she actually this size? Is she actually this size? She could be that size. Is she actually that big? Damn, she's huge. Wow. Damn.
久しぶりだな、源氏。老いたではないか。
どれほどに老いようとも、家具は家具らしく、最後までお務めを果たすのみでございます。
あれの妻がお前に嫉妬したことも懐かしい。金蔵は元気か？
大変お元気にございます。
The witch's laugh was probably because she knew that Kinzo's own doctor had told him that he would not have much... I'm sorry. The witch's laugh was probably because she knew that Kinzo's own doctor had told him that he would not live much longer. However, if anyone actually looked at Kinzo, his energy and vigor, which made it extremely difficult to imagine that his remaining life was slim, might make it natural to call him full of life. Maybe the witch had laughed at that.
挨拶に行こうではないか。30年ぶりに互いに呪いの言葉を吐き合うもよかろう。
As the witch grinned, she started walking, leaving Genji behind. Her gait was like that of a family member who knew the inside of the mansion well. Genji followed her, as though he served her. At that very moment, Kyrie came out of the parlor. She had probably come out to fix her makeup or something. When she saw Genji following the witch, she was surprised, although her expression did not change. Suspicious scent. There was a visitor for Kinzo, whose remaining life was not long, on the day of the family conference when the fate of the inheritance was to be decided. And, furthermore, this person was well enough acquainted with the Ushiramiya family that Genji was following behind her. Kyrie immediately realized that this person, who she had never met before, was someone deeply important. Kyrie met eyes with the witch. Realizing that it would be rude to pretend not to notice, she greeted the witch.
はじめまして。ルドルフの5歳だったか。
さようでございます。ルドルフ様の今の奥方様であられます。キリエ様でございます。
From this exchange, Kyrie realized that this woman was a guest of considerably high rank within the Ushiramiya family. And the fact that she was a guest of that level, coupled with the face of the entrance hall portrait behind her, made Kyrie's eyes open wide in an instant. Wait a second. I don't think I read, I didn't read Beatrice's character sheet. Whoa! Whoa, what? How are you acting calm? How are you acting calm? Anyways, I should probably read Beatrice's character sheet before I continue on, because I think I forgot to do that. I don't know why I forgot to do that, but I'm gonna do that real quick. Beatrice, mysterious visitor and 19th person, who appeared on the day of the family conference, goes by the same name as the Golden Witch who granted Kinzo his gold. Both the reason and the purpose of her visit are unknown. She was ushered into the VIP room, which no one had been allowed to use in the past. Beatrice.
キリエと申します。初対面でしょうか。もし以前に挨拶をしていたなら、名前を忘れてしまって申し訳ございません。
うすうすは想像がついているくせに、わらわにあえて名乗らそうというのか。
Kyrie had thought she had given her a sociable and humble greeting. Her expression grew slightly cloudy at that openly impressive response. It didn't seem like this was a person she could grow to like. But if Kyrie's imagination was correct, this witch likely held a huge key to what her own husband was most interested in. And one that stood a great chance on influencing tonight's family conference. So she did not shoot back a retort, and could only watch in silence as the woman went up the stairs to the second floor, with Genji following behind. Interesting. Very interesting. So when someone tapped her on... So when someone tapped her shoulder from behind, she was so surprised, she almost choked. It was Nasui.
キリエさん、このようなところに立ち尽くして、いかがなさいましたか？
ごめんなさい。
Oh, the painting changed back.
ちょっと魔女の肖像画に見とれていただけです。
黄金の魔女、ベアトリーチェですか？今日の後宮家の復興は、彼女が授けた黄金がなければ成し遂げられなかったとか。お父様らしい幻想的なお話ですね。
Nasui spoke of her in her usual way. She spoke from the position that the idea of the witch was just foolish, and that in the end, it was nothing more than Kinzo's ramblings. However, for some reason, that no longer felt right to Kyrie. Just now, she herself had seen the Golden Witch come in from the entrance hall and climb up the stairs. So, Natsui's choice of words seemed almost like a refusal to accept her existence. Or as if she was leading her to think that she did not exist.
ごめんなさい。少し頭痛がする気がして。ちょっと休もうと思います。
Natsumi knows that feeling.
あら、そうですか。なら、良い頭痛薬がありますよ。用意させましょう。
I knew she would do something for the headache medicine. Oh? Going up to Kinzo's study, aren't we? The hallway in front of Kinzo's study was filled with the scent of sweet poison particular to that green liquor. Genji, who was completely used to it, did not grimace. And the Golden Witch didn't grimace either.
この中からどれほど出ぬのか。
すでに数年になるかと思います。
But didn't he go out when, Cannon and Shannon met the witch, though? Or maybe that was...
それほどまでに、わらわをカゴの鳥としたいか。哀れな。それを願うそなたが、今やカゴの鳥。書斎の亡霊ではないか。それに気づけぬとは哀れな男よ。
あなた様と再びお会いする日までは、おそらく文字通り亡霊となっても研究を続けられるでしょう。
愛か狂気か猛襲か。それも講じれば魔力となるか。悲しき魔術師よ。
The witch grabs the door. I don't know what I said there. The witch grabs the doorknob to the study. When she did, there was a sound like that of flesh burning and splitting open. It was the sound of the doorknob literally burning the witch's hand.
ベアトリーチェ様。
なんだこれは。魔除けか。あやつめ、こんなものに頼らなければおのがみも保てるというのか。
その扉はベアトリーチェ様にはおつらいものと伺っております。私がお開けいたしましょうか。
いや、よい。あやつが勝てばわらわは永遠のカゴの鳥。あやつが負ければ愛に狂い全てを失った哀れな魔術師の生涯が笑い草となって残るだけ。もはや金蔵もわらわさえもゲーム盤に並べられた駒に過ぎぬ。あとはルーレットの目が勝敗を分けるだけよ。ルーレットが目を見せるまでわらわと金蔵が再会する必要はない。
The witch looked at her hand, which, although horribly burned, was beginning to heal bit by bit.
あるいはそのための魔除けなのか。なるほど。それもまた潔し。すべては今や金蔵のゲーム盤の上よ。気に入ったぞ金蔵。そなたとのゲーム楽しませてもらうぞ。わらわに恋焦がれすべての生涯を投げ出したローマ術師の最後のギャンブル、その散りざまを楽しませてもらうぞ。
I don't know how much I missed that glass break. 1 o'clock. It's been a while since I last seen that glass break.
誰か。
The Witch's Move, Saturday, October 4th, 1986, 1 o'clock. Alright. With that, I shall save. Okay, I really made a mistake by saving right there. I made a big mistake because the next time I load this game, I'm not gonna believe I'm gonna press this save instead of this save. Why did I save right here? Why did I click right here? I have no clue. Now, it is time for a wild ass theory. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, this is gonna sound wild. Bear with me. Bear with me. And to those of you in the comment section down below, you all will relentlessly tease me down in the comments below. Because this theory sounds really stupid. As I'm thinking about it, it sounds really stupid. Okay, here we go. So, you know how Kinzo has not been out of the study for years? Why is if he's been dead this whole time? I know, this sounds stupid, but hear me out. Klaus keeps on knocking on the door, but never enters the room. Nasui does enter the room in episode 1, but when she exits the room and then returns with Ava, Kinzo's gone. Did Kinzo leave the room on his own accord? But what about the little, paper that Ava left behind? Did he jump through the window? Hide under a bed? Or was he never there to begin with? And Natsui is just imagining things. And what if everyone else is also imagining things? Genji? Nanjo? Also imagining things because Kinzo's been dead this whole time, but his ghost stayed behind in the room. I know, I said that I was going for a realistic approach to what's going on in Umineko, but I want to toy with the idea of a Kinzo ghost theory. Kinzo has been dead the whole time, and is just a ghost inside. He's just been a ghost inside the room. Inside the study, he's just been a ghost hanging out in there. Though he probably has not been dead for long, when I think about it, because in episode 1, a freshly burnt corpse of Kinzo was found in the furnace. Why as if it's not that fresh of a corpse, and he was just burned to the point where they couldn't recognize the time of death? Nanjo never did look into the body of Kinzo in episode 1 when they discovered him. He never investigated that body, and they only saw the feet of Kinzo, not the rest of the body, so they couldn't see the amount of decay that was on it. This sounds stupid. This sounds absolutely stupid. I don't know if I should humor this for much longer because this just sounds stupid. This really sounds stupid. But the gist of this theory is, Kinzo's been dead for quite some time, and his ghost has stayed in his study researching about Beatrice still. Like, he is very deep into black magic. So, why as if he found some way to continue his life after death, and he's now a ghost wandering in his study, never leaving because he can't get out of his study? Because as a ghost, he can't really, leave the place where he died. So he's stuck in that room, in his study, for eternity. That's why he never comes out. And only a certain amount of people are allowed inside. Genji, Shannon, Hannon, and only in episode 1, Natsui. What if Natsui just imagined that Kinzo was there? Oh, and also Nanjo. Maybe under some condition, Nanjo's not allowed to tell about Kinzo's death. Or, Natsui and Klaus know about Kinzo dying, and they know that his ghost is in there, but how can a ghost keep the inheritance? even though the ghost still lingers inside the study. This is stupid sounding, I know. This sounds stupid, but hear me out. But his ghost still lingers in the study, along with his dead body just chilling out on the bed like, yep, my body's right there. And that sweetly, that aroma in there, that alcohol, honestly, that's not alcohol, but them trying to cover up the decomposing body in the room. This sounds like a messy theory, but it could make sense. And Klaus is embezzling money because he doesn't want to know the other siblings about Kinzo's death, so he's trying to make it seem like he's embezzling money from his ghostly grandpa now. Because only Klaus, Natsui, aka every person who lives in the manor, have been the only ones able to communicate with Kinzo. And they only have been able to communicate with Kinzo's ghost. That sounds so stupid! No! That sounds so stupid! Kinzo ghost theory. God, okay, you're allowed to laugh at me down in the comments. You are all allowed to laugh at me down in the comments, because that sounds way too stupid. But there are some emphasis in this chapter, like Nanjo hesitating to talk about Kinzo's condition in front of Natsui. That could help with the ghost Kinzo theory, but no! The only thing that goes against it is the dead body found in the furnace, but most of the body was charred up and burned anyway to begin with, so it could be plausible that we have a ghost Kinzo wandering about. Leave a like. Fuck with me in the comments. Just tease me all you want. I don't think there's any. I don't think this theory is correct at all. That was funny to toy about. Like, okay, at least the Kyrie being Battler's mom. Actually, no. Kyrie being Battler's mom and the Kinzo ghost theory sound just stupid enough that there could be plausible points to them. It's so stupid. Like, these two theories, Kyrie actually being Battler's mom, and Kinzo being a fucking ghost. Those sound exactly like... Those theories sound stupid, but at the same time, it could actually be plausible. That's how bad these theories are. They're so bad that it could actually be true. Leave a like. Leave a comment. Why do I even try anymore with these endings? Why do I even try? I can't get through this ending. I can't. Just cut to the ending card.
Okay.